Good evening, everybody. Monday morning quarterback, episode 52. We are live from Randall Motorsports in Waco, Texas. We traveled down here yesterday after being at Port City Raceway for the Now 600 three-day race there. Good weekend up there, catching up with customers and getting to tune on some shocks and fix some people up. Grayson Gaddy, Talon Turner, and Avery Goodman were victorious on our products there at that Now 600 race, so that was good. And then a lot of other customers won over the weekend, actually swept the USCS race with Matt Covington and Mark Smith. Last night at Delta, which is a track near and dear to my heart, I grew up racing out there on Friday nights. Jay Kagopian won the Outlaw, and Jay Davidijian won Restricted. So, yeah, good micro start for everybody. This week we start Brownstown, the No Way Out 40 is kind of the kickoff in Indiana. Not sure how the weather's going to be for that. We're traveling from here down to Austin, Texas for the next round of the National Quarter Midget Series, and then we'll be home for Lawrenceburg, the opener for USAC in the Midwest. So started the season in Florida with the sprint cars and have been idle here for 4 or 6 weeks or so, and then we get kicked off at Lawrenceburg. So looking forward to catching up with some of our non-wing guys. So tonight just wanted to have an open forum since we're traveling. I didn't really have a pre-done video or anything like that, but definitely wanted to be able to get on here and answer all your questions. Our motto is kind of we do Monday morning quarterback from anywhere, wherever we're at. We've done it from restaurants and family vacations and everything. It's obviously a lot more convenient when we can do it from the shop there in Brownsburg. But sometimes we're traveling, and so we just jump on Monday nights and answer all your questions about your race program, anything that's happened in the previous week or something coming up in the next few weeks. And then next Monday we'll be back and be able to do it from the shop. So I'm doing this. I'm sorry if it's a little bouncy. I got it hung on a monitor in our new WR1 sim. We stopped by and saw Chad Wheeler and his guys and picked up a new sim for our showroom, which will be cool. We'll be able to let the customers burn some laps on it when they come visit us at our shop in Brownsburg. And we have our sim series kicking off here in a few weeks. So if you haven't already, if you're an iRacer and you use our products, highly encourage you to go over to our website. At the bottom, you'll see a link for the iRacing League. Fill out the application, and we'd love to have you a part of that. We're going to live broadcast that through Global Sim Racing, and I believe the first race is Wednesday, March 27th, so a few weeks away. This Wednesday is going to be the last day we take applications because we have to finalize that league and get all the information to the company that's broadcasting. So if you're an iRacer, get signed up for that. We're going to try to include as many customers as we can. We do have a limit on entries because we're trying to get the whole program in an hour on Wednesday nights. So the younger folks that take part aren't up too late, and then we can get a nice broadcast in that. So we've done a couple test races, and we've learned the do's and don'ts and some things we need to clean up. And so we're looking forward to getting that started and bringing some more exposure for the guys who use our products. So 35, 40 or so of you guys tuned in. Anybody with questions, fire away. We don't have a particular topic tonight. We are just open forum answering your questions. And this is Monday Morning Quarterback, episode 52. So we go straight through. We don't miss a Monday. We'll do them all the way up till about shootout time, and then we take about a month off for shootout Chili Bowl, kind of regroup, and then we'll fire back at them again. So everybody's quiet tonight. Nobody's got questions. I know a lot of you haven't gotten racing yet, which is a bummer. I think this week will be my 11th or 12th race of the year. So we've been started the year in Tulsa, and then was down in Florida for some races. We've done Du Quoin, Port City last week. Now we're heading to Austin. So we've been logging some miles in the new factory support trailer, out trying to meet customers and help customers. And I'm trying to do as much of it as I can because in May, obviously very busy with the Indy 500, and then Maggie and I are expecting our second child in May, so that's going to add a little more work than normal. So Jake's going to do a lot of the travel in May and June. Jake and Trevor and the guys will be still hitting the road with the factory support trailer. So anybody have any questions? Pit logic questions, race setup questions, any of that? We're still plugging away on pit logic. Everything's submitted and we're just waiting. Actually just spoke to Kevin a little bit ago. He's on his drive home, and we don't have a definite update from them, but it's any time now. So Kevin, sorry, is using the decals the way to get an idea how much travel you're getting when running the progressive bump rubbers. So that's a great way. Our pressure decal kit is a certainly good way, whether you're a sprint car midget guy or quarter midget guy. Those will give you a good indication of if you're in the bump rubber or not, how much you're loading it. We also have a bump rubber travel gauge that we'll have on our website here in the next few weeks. We've been doing some testing with it. Everything seems to be good. So, but yeah, the pressure decal is a great way. Mark Ashcraft, other than a change in stagger, the main difference between an 8 and an 8.5 inch wheel, and this is a quarter midget question. So the main difference is you are stretching that sidewall out, and an 8.5 inch wheel will give you a stiffer sidewall. So we typically don't run that unless heavy classes or banked tracks. So Mark, most of your cars, I believe, are junior stuff. So we would really only run an 8.5 on real high grip or bank tracks. Parking lot's definitely 8-inch wheels. Tommy, no problem with the help last week. Glad we could catch up. It's good to see some of our micro guys other than just at the shootout. Brandon Davis, heavy Honda in Tulsa bouncing over the weekend. Could that be the shock? When you say a 2.5, is that a CSI or an ARS? Because ARS calls their numbers backwards. If that's a CSI, you certainly wouldn't want a 2.5, which would be a 2 compression, 5 rebound. You would not want that on the right rear. But bouncing can be a number of things. It could be not enough air pressure, it could be undersprung, or it could be the shock. So it's hard to say without seeing kind of the whole setup there. Troy, will increasing nitrogen pressure help with forward bite on front shocks? So it will add rod pressure, and the front shocks will react quicker. It'll seem like there's less rebound in them, and that can help with forward drive. So not uncommon for our customers to increase gas pressure in the front when the track slicks off and get some more forward drive, mainly a non-wing thing. With wing, typically sliding the wing back is a more powerful and balanced adjustment. How much? So if you're typically, say, a non-wing sprint car, you're running like 40 and 60, 40 left front, 60 right front, I would go up 20 to 25 pounds across the board. Chris Turner, you need one of those nice jackets. We've had a lot of people ask for some of those jackets we made for our employees for racetrack. So yeah, maybe we'll get some jackets done up in the fall and add them to our web store. We'll certainly let you know. It was good to catch up with you this weekend as well, Chris. Brandon, a CSI 2.5. That is definitely not the right rear shock you want for heavy Honda. You should be like a 4.2 probably, depending on the chassis and the driver's weight. 125-pound spring. That's pretty close to what you would want, but I think the problem definitely is your shock. You do not want a 2 compression, 5 rebound on the right rear. Joseph, will the support trailer be heading to PA? Yes, so in June, I believe June, Jake is planning to head out there and hit some micro shows, a midget race, I think. So he'll be out there for like 7 or 10 days in June. So keep your eye on our travel schedule for more information on that. Any suggestions for spring for National in Texas? Class, chassis, driver weight, and I can give you that suggestion, Mr. Cox. Anybody else that's tuned in, fire away with questions. Open forum tonight. We are here in Waco, Texas for a few days, and then we're headed down to Austin, Texas for round 2 of the National Quarter Midget Series. So more than happy to answer any questions you guys have. Troy, non-wing, 600 micro, 25 and 35. I would go up like 20 pounds across the front, so like 45 and 55, and that will help you with some forward drive. It's not a huge adjustment. If one's a small adjustment and 10's a big adjustment, we're 2.5 or a 3. So certainly is going to help aid in that, but it's not a huge adjustment. It's not going to be as powerful as like raising the nose of the car. Anybody else tuned in have any questions? If not, we'll get signed off, and we'll be back at the shop next week. Cox, what type of chassis do you have? So senior Honda, senior Animal. Typically, senior Honda, if you're like a Stanley, Bull Rider, Sherman, we're going to be like 100 left front, 95s down the right, and like a 120 in the left rear. And then Animal, we would probably have a 125 in the left rear. How hard should you be in the progressive bump rubber on the right rear of a 600? Typically, we're seeing like right around 600 pounds of force, 600 to 750 on the pressure decals. Rick, spring suggestions too. Send me a message and I'll answer all those particular spring questions. That's probably too much to go over for every class here, but more than happy to help you with that. And then I believe we have parking lot setups downloadable for Pit Logic. So Sam Johnson, race director for the CSI iRacing League, is tuned in. Don't cross him, he'll kick you out for rough driving or foul language. Anybody else have any questions? We certainly appreciate you all tuning in. I believe I've got pretty much every episode except for last week's on the YouTube channel, so definitely be if you want to catch up, that's a great area to catch all those. So the couple people asking for iOS, went over that a little bit earlier. We're still kind of in a holding pattern, just waiting for Apple to get back with us on that. So you guys that have particular setup questions, like detailed setup questions, shoot me an email, garrett@csishocks.com, and I'll be more than happy to share like a whole setup with you, because I hate to just give you springs and then you not have the rest of the information. So shoot me an email. I'll need to know the type of chassis you have, how much the kid weighs, and the class you're running, and the track you're interested in, and I'll be more than happy to send you a complete setup. So thank you guys for watching. We hope you all have a fantastic week, and we look forward to catching up with you soon. Thanks.